morning, Capricorn rising. This is your March 2016 general forecast. We have a huge super packed month. This is KK, Kimberly Knox, your astrologer, and I'm going to pack it all in there for you so you can see where this is happening in your life. And let's just go. We have a solar eclipse, we have a lunar eclipse, and we have the sun going, the vernal equinox, the sun moving into the first sign of the zodiac, the Aries, the astrological new year, the time when we push forward with new things, that plants the seed that unfolds the entire year. So we are in a time of wrapping up, and we are in a time of coming, putting everything together that we've done, and then kind of looking at what we want to do the new year, putting that all together. This is the feeling of Pisces, but where is that affecting you? All right, Capricorn, you're ruled by Saturn, and your ruler has gone into Sagittarius. Glory days for you, because this is lifting you up and getting you ready, preparing you, because it will be going into the sign of Capricorn in the next few years here, couple years. So you're being prepared. Where is it? It's in your 12th house. It's asking you to work on yourself. This is the work you do behind the scenes. This is a real big time for looking at meditation, looking at setting up a dialogue with your inner self, getting psychological, looking at the deeper realms of your psychological makeup. Perhaps there's a time that this is a time when you want to go and address something with a professional, do some past life regression, go to see a psychologist and just talk about things, because you're preparing for this coming out time when Saturn comes into your first house. This is internal work. It's work behind the scenes, that you could be writing a book during this time with Saturn in the 12th house. Whatever you're doing, there's structure to it, but of course Saturn is achievement oriented, and they want the best outcomes. Mars, on March the 5th, Mars is going to be going into Sagittarius, so leaving your 11th house of friendships and groups and all this, where all the action has been going on for you, moving into the house that says that 12th house, so pushing you forward with all of this energy to get involved with stuff of that will help you at this deeper level. Take time, quiet time, peaceful time, sleep more, take some time off. Yoga, very good for learning about the physical body, because the mind-body connection is very strong, and we know that. So this eclipse that's coming is going to be unfolding in your 3rd house. This is a solar eclipse on March the 8th. Solar eclipses ask us to sit up and take notice. We may be having some startling news in this area that will help us to make changes, to restructure, to add liberation to that area of our life. This new moon is an extra fertile time, because it's a huge spotlight in this area of new beginnings in your 3rd house. You may have already been feeling these, though, over the last few months, gradually coming on. Perhaps you're working on a book, you're doing some social networking, and you can become better at that. But new beginnings, learning something new, a new study, new skills, new tasks, new writing project, new speaking. Perhaps you're getting involved in Toastmasters, which would be great. A new speaking circuit. You've been asked to do talks on things that you know about. Your siblings are ruled by the 3rd house. Your neighbors and your neighborhood is ruled by the 3rd house. Something is changing in that area, perhaps. And with Neptune there, it's about lending a bit of compassion. Neptune in your 3rd house flavors your mind toward more spiritual concerns and more compassionate and kind thoughts that you're having. And this can be conveyed into writing poetry, writing about something more spiritual, getting involved with Saturn in the 12th house, getting involved in something like numerology or astrology that helps you get to know yourself at a deeper level, so you have more self-awareness, more self-esteem, more compassion for yourself. So that's on March 8th, the eclipse, and there's a really beautiful time leading up to that. Of course, Sun and Saturn are in alignment on March the 6th and on March the 7th. It's a really good time to, there may be some awareness around money around that time, because the moon and Venus are coming together in Aquarius, your second house of money, and this is before Venus is going to, this is the last conjunction with the moon before it goes below the horizon, and we're working on our value at deeper levels here. So all Capricorns, you've been having some excitement around your home life with Uranus there, but it's supported. You're supported in a trine, your ruler, Saturn. So you have the ability to be unlike, because sometimes they say Saturn's a little bit rigid and it's a little bit, you know, traditional. They don't like to make change in certain ways, or they're slow to make change. But you have two fire signs now influencing you to really rise up and to bring forth something really unique about yourself and authentic, and go forward in the normal Capricorn fashion, which is to succeed slowly and surely, walking up the mountain. Venus in Pisces, so Mercury the same day is going to be going into your third house. So again, there's this emphasis on all of those third house matters that I said, the social networking, new beginnings, writing, learning, teaching, your siblings, and Venus gets into that area on March the 12th, conjoins with Neptune. This is a beautiful time to be out, or to write something that's very romantic. Write a little love note for your honey. That would be terrific around this time. Go somewhere special. Anything around your neighborhood could be quite nice around that time. March 14th, 15th, and 16th, really successful times. If you're working on a project, get it going, get it pushed out, get talks going that will secure success around something that you're putting together, because Jupiter is trining Pluto on the 16th. This is a really great business time. Capricorns are always working on something business related because you want to achieve something. So whatever it is, putting that together around that time. It is a first quarter moon, so whatever you set your intentions to here is unfolding. So push forward around that time. On March the 20th, we have the vernal equinox. This is when the sun goes into the sign of Aries, and this is going to be accenting then your home life, your private time here at home. Maybe you're working on a project in your home office, or you have a project around your home. And this is the same time that Venus and Neptune come together. Mercury then goes into your home sector the 21st, and you're working on things there. Perhaps, like I said, you're developing something around in your home at this time. Your ruler Saturn is coming to a last quarter square with Jupiter on the 23rd at the lunar eclipse, and the lunar eclipse is going to be highlighting your career. Whatever has been churning around in your career life is going to be coming to a head at this time. It's coming to some developments around. You're asking for a new position, you want to get a new position, you may get a new job, you may be flourishing, you may get some notoriety in some way, but this is your reputation around your career, how you're seen in the outer world. And this is where the lunar eclipse is on the 23rd, at the exact same time that your ruler Saturn is squaring up with Jupiter. So this is like pushing forward with a plan to be successful. Contraction and expansion together to put that together. Lunar eclipse, things come to a head, like I said, but Mercury also is coming together with the sun that day, and that'll be in your 4th house. But it's going to be the culmination. This is what it is. Mercury was in the first house in retrograde in January, and you were getting yourself like a plan. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? In your 4th house, it's just, okay, this is where you sit down and you go, I'm restructuring my life, or I'm working in the house on something and my family life. So there's a results oriented around all of this. The end of the month is perfect. After the lunar eclipse, Venus is very active, and Mercury is very active in bringing together what we want to achieve, and getting contracts out and planning things toward the end of the month. So Capricorns, make it a fabulous month and really get going on something. I'd love to see how things progress. I'm really grateful for all the subscriptions and any comments that you leave me on my channel, and reach out to me on Instagram, Kimberly Knox, for daily in the flow messages where you can get a little snippet of information that's happening on a daily basis and inspirational images or messages.